Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Frenkie De Jong, as it has been reported that the 75 million euro rated Barca superstar sale is not ruled out if a special offer arrives. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about this Turkish sensation, Arda Guler, as it has been reported that the Barca target's entourage makes an exorbitant commission demand worth 18 to 12 to 20 million euros. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Despite the departures of urgent stars like Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba, Barcelona are still facing a major financial crisis and they are not in a position to pursue top players in the transfer market. In order to mitigate the crisis, the club desperately needs to reduce the salary mass, which could involve the sale of star players, according to reports from Ashraf Ben Ayed. He claims Barcelona must sell rapidly in order to balance their books. The Catalans are well aware of the situation and have been trying so hard to get rid of unwanted stars, and as per the report, the sale of midfield mainstay Frenkie De Jong is not entirely ruled out if a special offer were to arrive. The 26-year-old has aroused interest from Bayern Munich lately, with Thomas Tuchel keen on his services. The sale of De Jong seemed unthinkable heading into the summer, as the Dutchman has been one of the club's top players this past season. His consistency performances were crucial for Barcelona as they secured the league title. With Busquets leaving, De Jong's presence seems even more vital for the season ahead. However, it appears Barca could be open to considering an exit for the former Ajax starlet. The Barcelona team, though, are facing an age-old problem. None of their star players are keen on leaving Camp Nou. It must be mentioned that joining Barcelona is a dream for many footballers on the planet. This is why the likes of Rafinha, Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres have shown no desire to leave Camp Nou this summer, despite pressure from the board. One would expect even Frenkie De Jong, whose market value is currently at 75 million euros, to remain at the club, especially given the way he resisted a departure last time out. With that in mind, it will be interesting to see how things transpire in the coming weeks. Frenkie De Jong has been a key player to this team, and I think by no means should Barca ever consider selling Frenkie De Jong. By no means. We know that yes, we need to sell players. We need to sell players, and of course, Barcelona haven't sold any one player so far, and there are players that need to be sold. We know that. We know them. We know players like Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres. There are players that need to be sold. So if they are mentioning Frenkie De Jong's name, that if an exorbitant offer comes in, Barca can still consider it. But honestly, it makes no sense. I think if Barca can sell the other players like Umtiti, Klenglet, Ferran Torres, players like maybe Frank Kessie can likely go as well. I think it'll still be enough, because why should we go for a player like Frenkie De Jong if a big amount comes? It makes no sense. I think it will cause a lot of trouble if Barca were to consider selling Frenkie De Jong. I think many fans will be so disappointed and very, very furious about that. I hope that doesn't happen. I just hope so. Recently, they have been talking about links from Germany, Bayern Munich to be precise, as Thomas Tuchel have been pressuring the club to push for a move for Frenkie De Jong. And of course, honestly, I think Frenkie De Jong would never consider such a move, as Frenkie De Jong have always been hell-bent on staying put at Barcelona for a very long time. Last season, we quite remember, Manchester United had already agreed a deal with Barcelona for Frenkie for 85 million euros, but the player continuously pushed to stay. He resisted any attempt by Barca to push him out of the club, and of course reached an extent where Xavi was putting him at centre-back in pre-season just to make him feel uncomfortable to leave. But that didn't still make Frenkie De Jong scared. He played centre-back, he was benched at the beginning of the season, also was a tactic by the club management to push him out of the club, which failed to materialize. And oh my God, we can see how Frenkie De Jong was important for Barca this season. Like Barca will be like, wow, what were we trying to do? We couldn't have done that. So it still surprises me that they are still reporting that if a huge offer comes, a future sale for Frenkie De Jong is still possible. I hope not. I hope it isn't. I hope it isn't. There are players that even if we sell them, Barca will still balance their books. A lot of players on loan were subpar in their performances, and I think their sales alone will be also good to generate some income for Barca to balance their salary mass and so comply with the wage bill. Frankie de Jong, it is expected that he will continue this upcoming season to be one of the key players in that midfield unit alongside Pedri, Gavi, Ilkay Gundogan, and whatever new DM that they are planning to bring. The futures of Frank Casey and Pablo Torre now in midfield look so uncertain and very bleak, as they might stand no chance to gain game time next season. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, Arda Guler appears to be the next big thing in European football. With a unique and refreshing profile, the Turkish international has attracted interest from all parts of the world, and Barcelona are just one of the numerous clubs lined up for talks with his agent. Over the past year, Guler had not only excelled with his club Fenerbahce, but also with Turkish national team. His versatility allows his coaches to play him at a plethora of positions, and his final ball and composure in the face of the goal make him special. According to a report relayed by Sport, Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez and the sporting department have given the green light for Guler's signing. However, the deal is rendered complicated because of the demands of his entourage. The young prodigy's environment is said to be demanding a commission of at least 18 to 20 million euros from Barcelona, similar to what Borussia Dortmund paid for Erling Haaland years ago. Guler's signing will cost Barcelona 17.5 million. His release clause amount and the addition of an exorbitant commission would take a figure of 37 million euros totally. Quite unsurprisingly, the price tag deters the Catalans from the race. The 18-year-old made 20 Super League appearances for Turkey for Fenerbahce last season, scoring 3 goals and creating 7 big chances in the process. Further, he averages 2 key passes and 2 successful dribbles per game. Given that clubs like Real Madrid, AC Milan, Newcastle United are interested in him as well, the player will have economically superior offers on his table when compared to Barcelona's. With his entourage paying emphasis on financial bets, Catalonia may not be the ideal home for the talented young star. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.